Okay, so we're diving in. You brought us Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club, and right off the bat, we're on top of a building, this Parker Morris building, and this guy's got a gun in his mouth. Tyler's got it there. Pretty intense way to start a book, right? What'd you think when you first read that?
Well, it's like Palahniuk throws you right into this huge crisis.
Mm.
But there's this weird detachment, too. Like when he says, we really won't die, almost hopeful in this messed up way.
Yeah.
It means you got to wonder, what's the deal with these two? What's really going on here?
Yeah, it's so strange. Like suicide, but then he's saying they're not going to die, like some crazy agreement. And these two characters, the narrator freaking out and Tyler calling the shots, they're right there from the very first page.
And the setting, too. The Parker Morris building, like the tallest building in the world then. Think about what that means, being so high up, this huge achievement, but it might all be destroyed. And the narrator feels like a space monkey up there, just doing stuff without knowing why, like part of a machine that's going to break. It's a powerful image of how disconnected things are.
It really sets the scene. And then, out of nowhere, we get this whole thing about making nitroglycerin. Nitric acid, sulfuric acid, ice bath, adding glycerin carefully. Sounds almost like instructions, like a recipe for something dangerous. What do you think it means that the narrator knows this stuff? Probably from Tyler S.
It's so interesting. Right away, you get this sense that Tyler knows some dangerous stuff. Like he understands how to mess with the world on a basic level. And the narrator, even while freaking out, has this knowledge too. Makes you wonder how connected they are. Like who's really in charge?
Then we shift gears and find out the narrator's got a very corporate job, recall campaign coordinator. He's got this formula, right? Population of vehicles times the chance they'll break down times how much it costs to settle out of court equals X. If X is bigger than fixing the cars, they recall them. Otherwise, tough luck. What does that say about the world he's living in?
It's really brutal. It shows how companies can care more about money than people's lives. Palahniuk uses that formula to make fun of a system where human life's just numbers on a spreadsheet. It shows a real cynicism, like nobody cares about the consequences. No wonder someone might get fed up and want something completely different, even if it's destructive.
And Tyler definitely offers something different, like splicing images of penises into movies, just weird rebellion, making people uncomfortable without them even knowing why. What's the impact of that kind of hidden chaos?
It's fascinating. You see how Tyler wants to mess with everything, make people question what they see, even if they don't realize it. Think about it, those quick images. They make you feel uneasy, but you don't know why. It's like a hidden attack on the fake world that movies try to show you, like a secret war against the stories we're told.
And it kind of reflects the narrator's own life, too, right? Waking up in different airports, all those temporary, single-serving friends, landing being the only time nothing matters, this empty, temporary way to live. Why is that so important?
Because it shows he doesn't really connect with anything or anyone. He's just going through the motions, no real relationships. All those surface-level interactions, they point to a deeper need for something real, even if he doesn't know it yet. That emptiness, it leaves space for someone like Tyler to come in.
And that feeling of needing something else, needing to escape, that's what leads him to Tyler. He says it was time for a vacation from his routine. It's like he was looking for a radical change without realizing it. And Tyler, in whatever form, was that change.
Yeah, exactly. He's totally ready for a shakeup. His life is just so boring and meaningless. He's open to anything Tyler throws at him, even the crazy stuff.
Then there's Marla Singer. They meet in this super dark and funny way at a testicular cancer support group. He's faking it, obviously. And then Marla's just like, okay, you can have testicular cancer. So they bond over lying in this really weird space. What kind of connection is that?
It's a connection based on being fake, isn't it? Like, they find some comfort in pretending to be someone they're not. They can't connect in a normal way, so they find this weird, almost intimate connection through lying. It's funny, but also sad.
And it's that mess with Marla that leads to him living with Tyler indirectly. That whole vibrating suitcase thing at Dole's. 6 white shirts, 2 black trousers, those specific ties, regimental knot club, he even has a list. What does that packing routine tell us about him?
It shows how much he needs to control things. His life feels so chaotic, so he tries to control everything he can. That routine, it's a way to create order when everything else is uncertain. And that vibrating suitcase, like the control breaking down.
Because his suitcase, with his whole organized life in it, gets taken off the plane. He's got nothing left. And then his condo, this super soundproof, airtight place on the 15th floor, it blows up. It's gone. It's like all his attempts at a stable life just disappeared.
That condo, it was everything he thought he wanted. Success, stability, the whole deal. But it gets destroyed. Which means that whole idea fails for him. He's forced into this new, unpredictable life. It's almost like his mind's making room for something totally different, something extreme.
And he calls Tyler for help. The doorman's talking about young people buying too much stuff, not knowing what they want. It's a little social commentary right there. And the narrator's like, deliver me from Swedish furniture. Deliver me from clever art. It's desperate.
Yeah, the doorman's like he's watching the whole thing from the outside. He's criticizing consumer culture, and the narrator agrees. He's not just asking for a place to stay, he's rejecting everything he thought he wanted.
They meet at the bar. The narrator agrees to move in, but Tyler asks him for a favor. It's the start of a weird and important relationship, and that favor leads to Fight Club. Don't talk about it, two guys. A fight, no other rules. What's so powerful about these basic primal encounters?
Those fights, they strip away all the fake stuff of modern life. It's raw, it's real. In a world full of technology and consumerism, Fight Club is this direct, physical experience. You confront yourself and the other guy. The rules are simple, so there's no social pressure or anxiety. It's just pure.
And it changes these guys. The guy from the copy center, he becomes a god for a few minutes. The feeling that the real world is quieter after a fight. It's a release, a way to feel something real when everything else is numb.
Yeah, for men who feel powerless in their everyday lives, Fight Club gives them control, even if it's just for a little while. The fighting, the risk, it makes them feel alive. It makes their normal lives seem boring and pointless.
And it's the total opposite of the narrator's job. He's stuck in the dark, dealing with corporate nonsense. One's totally physical, the other is totally sterile. And at first, Fight Club is just him and Tyler, a way to get rid of anger. From cleaning cars to punching each other, it's a big change in how they're dealing with things.
It shows how the narrator's getting more and more disillusioned with normal ways of doing things. Cleaning cars, it's constructive, but still kind of obsessive. Fighting, it's destructive, but it's also a way to express his frustration with the world.
But it grows. From one-on-one to a parking lot, then to a bar basement, with Tyler making the rules. That famous one, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight. You have to do it. What's the meaning of that?
It breaks down resistance.
Yeah.
It makes everyone have the same experience. No hesitation, no excuses.
Yeah.
They face their fears head on. And that shared vulnerability, it creates a bond, even if it's a strange one.
And the reasons they join. They're too scared to fight anything else in their lives. They're channeling their anxieties into fighting. And it leads to friendships, these guys showing up at work bruised and beaten. It's like their secret lives are bleeding into their normal ones.
It shows how unhappy they are with their normal lives. They're so desperate for something real that they'll turn to violence. And those injuries, they're a constant reminder of Fight Club, this tension between their two worlds.
Then things get really weird, rendering fat for soap. Tyler tells him how. Boil, skim, human fat, probably from Marla's mother, though he doesn't say it directly. All those details about water, salt, burying the bags. It's pretty gross. What does this all mean?
It's like they're crossing a line. It's breaking a huge taboo. It's taking something human and turning it into a product. Tyler's so casual about it, which shows how little he cares about normal morality. He's willing to push any boundary no matter how messed up it is. It also makes you think about life and death and how they're blurring together.
And he's just like pioneer shit, high school chemistry, like it's no big deal. He even talks about putting dye in his boss's pipes just to mess with him, all to make a narrator feel better even though he says he likes his boss. It's really strange.
Tyler tries to make all this extreme stuff seem normal. He's manipulating the narrator, trying to change his ideas about right and wrong. The narrator's in denial about his own anger. He says he likes his boss, but it's obvious he's struggling with Tyler's messed up worldview.
Then Marla shows up again and Tyler disappears. He's always coming and going like a ghost. And Marla's talking about lye flakes and recycled toilet paper. It just adds to the weirdness. What's the point of all these strange details?
It makes everything feel unreal. It shows how the narrator's losing his grip on reality. Marla's an outsider too, and all these weird details show how strange their world is. It's not normal.
And that awkward meeting between them, the narrator's haiku, him begging her to leave, then a quick kiss, Marla wanting to talk, and Tyler's back. It's this messed up triangle or maybe just a broken dynamic between the three of them.
The haiku shows how the narrator feels, but he can't say it out loud. And Tyler controls everything. He comes and goes, decides who the narrator can talk to. It's like Tyler's blocking any real connection the narrator could have.
And they keep making soap, boiling, skimming, putting it in cartons, Tyler watching it cool in the fridge. It's creepy, like a normal domestic scene turned disturbing.
They're doing something normal, but with these horrible ingredients, it's really unsettling. And that cold fog, it adds a surreal feeling. like a bad dream. It shows how dark things are under the surface.
Then there's a Paper Street soap company. It gets really successful. Even Nordstrom's orders their brown sugar soap, which is made from, that fat. It's like they're twisting the whole
Yeah,
market, right?
definitely. It's a critique of consumerism. People buy stuff without thinking about where it comes from. Tyler's taking something horrible and making it desirable. He's using the system he hates to make money.
And that weird night in the Impala, in a used car lot, eating Chinese food because Marla threatened to call the cops about her mom. All those junked cars, gremlins, pacers. What's the meaning of that place?
It's like a graveyard for unwanted things.
Right.
It reflects how the narrator feels discarded and unimportant. Being stuck in that broken-down car, it shows how they're outside of normal society.
Tyler won't go to clubs because loud music messes with his biorhythm and makes him constipated. Just another weird detail that makes him so strange. And the narrator's writing haikus in the middle of it all, trying to find peace. It seems pointless.
Those quirks, they make Tyler seem real, but also completely alien. And the narrator's haiku, it shows he's trying to find some order in all the chaos, even if it's not really working.
Then we see what Tyler did to Marla's mom. That horrible telegram, hideously wrinkled, and a huge box of chocolates, all charged to her library card. It's cruel, calculated cruelty.
It shows how Tyler's rebellion has a dark side. He's not just challenging society, he's hurting people. Using Marla's library card, it's a violation for trust. It's messed up.
Then Marla shows up at the house with a package, wanting to use their freezer. It leads to a big confrontation. The gross mess, the narrator lying, blaming Tyler. He can't hide the truth anymore.
The freezer is like a symbol of the secret, disgusting truth. Marla just wants to use it, but she stumbles onto Tyler's actions. The narrator's forced to face what's really going on and how involved he is.
And Tyler's reasons for using human fat. Chicken fat doesn't work, and they're making money. It's a cold, practical way to justify something so wrong.
He doesn't even care about morality anymore. It's all about results. He's twisted enough to exploit anything for his own goals, even something horrible like this.
The freezer reveal, the fight, the desperate explanations, it leads to the narrator typing up the Fight Club rules at work. 10 copies, not 9 or 11. That specific number, it's so deliberate, so weird.
It's another sign that things are getting weirder. That number, it doesn't make sense, but it's important to Tyler. It's a small detail that shows how controlling he is.
The narrator's not sleeping. Everything feels like a copy of a copy of a copy. It's a powerful image of how disconnected he is from reality.
It's like he's living in a fake world, a reflection of a reflection. It's the result of his empty consumerist life and now his blurred identity with Tyler. He's losing himself.
His boss finds the rules. The third rule of Fight Club is 2 men per fight, 1 fight at a time. He's a mess, hole in his cheek, and he makes up this crazy story about a dangerous psychotic killer with an Armalite AR-180. It's ridiculous, desperate.
He's falling apart. His behavior is getting stranger, and his lies are more outlandish. He blames this imaginary killer because he's scared of what will happen if people find out about Fight Club.
Yeah.
He can't take responsibility for his actions.
Then Tyler's scamming hotels and gyms, saying he lost his clothes. Marla just steals jeans from laundromats. They both live on the edge, but in different ways.
They're both rebels, but their personalities are different. Tyler's sneaky and manipulative, while Marla's more practical, more direct.
Tyler confronts the manager at the Pressman Hotel after the narrator, messed with the food. He wants weekly payments to keep quiet. It's so audacious, funny in a dark way, but also really disturbing.
It shows how far they're willing to go. It's not just messing around anymore. Tyler's exploiting people in positions of power. It's a dangerous path.
The president of the projectionist union punches Tyler, and Tyler just laughs, says, "You can't kill me." But the narrator, when he deals with the hotel manager, he hurts himself, begs for money. It's a huge difference.
It shows how different they are inside. Tyler's fearless, almost nihilistic. He doesn't care about consequences. The narrator, he tries to be like Tyler, but he's still scared and insecure. He can't fully become Tyler.
Fight clubs are spreading fast. 7, then 15, then 23. It's becoming a movement, tapping into something in society.
It shows that a lot of people are unhappy. They're looking for something more than what normal life offers. Fight Club gives them a connection, a sense of purpose, even if it's violent and destructive.
Then there's Project Mayhem. It's more organized, doing stuff like painting a demon mask on the Hind Tower. And it's not just fringe people involved. There are law clerks, bookkeepers, normal people doing crazy things. What does that mean?
It means the dissatisfaction is everywhere. These people, they're part of the system, but they're not happy. Project Mayhem gives them an outlet, even if it means doing extreme things.
They have homework assignments for the assault committee. Lose a fight on purpose, buy a gun, and report it stolen. It's getting more serious, more dangerous.
They're pushing their boundaries, doing things they wouldn't normally do. It shows how committed they are to Tyler's plan, even if it means breaking the law. And guns? That's a whole new level of danger.
The goal of Project Mayhem: complete and right-away destruction of civilization. Tyler imagines elk walking past department stores. It's scary, but also kind of fascinating.
Tyler wants to tear everything down and start over. He rejects everything about modern society. That image of the elk, it's powerful. It's nature reclaiming the city, a return to something primal.
The rules of Project Mayhem: no questions, no excuses, trust Tyler. It's like a cult, blind obedience.
Tyler demands total control. He wants his followers to stop thinking for themselves and just do what he says. It's a way to eliminate any dissent, any questioning of his authority.
He's planning to house 72 men in triple-decker bunks in the basement. It's getting big, almost military-like.
The house is becoming a base of operations. It's not just about fighting anymore. It's a structured organization dedicated to Tyler's goals.
Marla knows about plants, their obituary names. The space monkeys follow them, erasing their tracks. It's a weird, almost mystical aspect of their destructive activities.
Marla's connection to nature is a contrast to all the destruction and urban decay. The space monkeys cleaning up after them, it shows how careful they have to be. They know they're breaking the law and want to avoid getting caught.
Project Mayhem's doing other stuff too, setting fires, messing with ATMs. The vandalism is spreading.
They're trying to disrupt everything, create chaos. It's all part of Tyler's plan to bring down society.
More and more space monkeys at the house. Marla tries to see Tyler but gets turned away. It's becoming more exclusive, more strict.
It's a closed group now, with rules and uniforms. You have to be fully committed to be part of it. Marla's an outsider, and she's not welcome anymore.
They go for a joyride in a stolen Cadillac. The mechanic explains how to hotwire a car. They're becoming criminals.
They don't care about the law anymore. They're doing whatever they want, taking what they want. It's a sign of how far they've gone down this path.
There are fights with the drug recovery guys. They're desperate, violent. You can hear their pain in the sounds of the fight.
Those fights are different. They're fueled by desperation, by a lack of hope. It's a darker side of the anger and frustration that drives Fight Club.
The mechanic's obsessed with the narrator, talks about fathers and God hating them. He's repeating Tyler's twisted ideas. It gets philosophical in a dark way.
He's trying to make sense of Tyler's philosophy, which is basically that you have to do bad things to get God's attention. It's a messed up way of thinking, a result of feeling abandoned and insignificant.
He believes you have to misbehave to be noticed, that they're God's middle children, that you have to be damned or saved. He even talks about burning down the Louvre. It's all about destruction.
They believe that any action, even a horrible one, is better than being ignored. It's a twisted way to feel important in a world that feels meaningless.
They're driving on the highway, following the speed limit, but talking about expanding fight clubs with Big Bob. It's so weird, that contrast.
It shows how they choose which rules to follow and which ones to break. Doesn't make sense, but it's part of their logic.
Tyler comes back furious that the narrator broke the first rule. He's possessive, controlling.
Tyler needs to control everything about Fight Club. Secrecy is crucial to him. It's like his baby, and he won't let anyone mess with it.
It turns out cops, reporters, lawyers, they've all infiltrated fight clubs. They're not a secret anymore.
The outside world's catching on. They're getting too big, too noticeable. It's the beginning of the end for Fight Club.
Then there's that horrible special homework assignment targeting the Seattle police commissioner. It's a huge escalation.
This is where it gets really dark. They're not just messing around anymore. Tyler's taking them into dangerous territory, showing how little he values human life.
They kidnap the commissioner and threaten to castrate him. And some of the space monkeys are cops. It's terrifying how far Tyler's influence reaches.
It shows how Tyler's ideas can corrupt anyone, even people who are supposed to uphold the law. It's a sign of how powerful and dangerous his movement has become.
Tyler talks about their shared body, gives the narrator an ultimatum. It's a big clue about what's really going on.
It's a turning point. Tyler's making it clear that their identities are merging, and it's forcing the narrator to confront the truth about who Tyler is.
Then the narrator realizes it. Tyler's not real. He's a split personality, a hallucination. That changes everything.
It's the biggest reveal of the book. Tyler's not a separate person. He's a part of the narrator's own mind. It reframes everything we've seen up to this point.
Then we jump ahead. The narrator's back with Marla. The house is a mess. He's imagining bags of frozen tidbits. The space monkeys are saying awful things about themselves. It's really disturbing.
It shows the aftermath of Tyler's influence. He's gone, but the damage is done. The space monkeys are broken, full of self-hatred, and those tidbits, it's a chilling image of the violence that's been hidden.
The narrator is afraid of the freezer. Marla just wants to know what's for dinner. A space monkey's reading instructions for making napalm. It's casual, terrifying.
It shows how easy it is to make something destructive. The ingredients for napalm, they're everyday things. It's a reminder of how volatile the situation still is.
They go to Planet Denny's. Tyler has this theory about corporations naming planets in the future, weird but also makes you think.
It's classic Tyler. He sees corporations taking over everything, even space. It's a funny but pointed critique of corporate power and how it shapes our world.
The waiter thinks the narrator is Tyler. Marley orders a ton of food. The cooks look suspicious. Tyler's influence is everywhere.
Even though Tyler's not real, he's still having an impact. People are mistaking the narrator for him, which shows how much Tyler has affected the world around him.
The narrator sees how powerful Tyler is, how perfect he seems. He can't sleep, counts the injured men at Denny's. Marla says Tyler's like Norman Bates' mother. The truth is getting closer.
It's becoming clear that Tyler's not just an idea. He's a separate entity within the narrator's mind, and he's taking over. Marla's comparison is perfect.
Yeah.
And it shows how dangerous and controlling Tyler is.
The narrator's afraid of disappearing completely. He has these conflicting feelings about Tyler. He knows they share a body. It's a terrifying situation.
He's literally fighting for his life, his identity. Tyler's a part of him, but he's also a threat. It's a complex, deeply disturbing dynamic.
They hide out in the Regent Hotel. Marla tells a story about her boyfriend who died from an overdose, offers the narrator amphetamines to stay awake. It's desperate.
They're trying to escape Tyler, but he's everywhere. They're surrounded by people on the edge of society, reflecting their own precarious state. They're willing to do anything to stay awake, to fight Tyler.
The hotel staff salutes him. He's paranoid. They go bowling. It's getting harder and harder to escape.
Project Mayhem is everywhere. The narrator's losing control, losing his grip on reality.
He decides to confront Tyler. He knows you always kill the thing you love and that it works both ways. Then his office blows up. His boss is dead. It's the consequence of letting Tyler take over.
It's a turning point. The narrator finally realizes that he has to stop Tyler, even if it means killing part of himself. But it's too late for his boss. His death shows how dangerous Tyler is, how high the stakes are.
He confronts Marla at the support group, tells her about Tyler. Then he fights Tyler in the bar basement, gets beaten up. He even sees a guy die at a murder mystery party and relates it to his own pain. It's a breakdown, physical and emotional.
It's a battle for control, played out in both the real world and the narrator's mind. The violence is escalating, blurring the lines between what's real and what's not.
The final confrontation on the roof of the Parker Morris building. The clock's ticking, Tyler has the gun, Marla and the support group show up. It's the climax.
It all comes back to the beginning, the place where it all started. The arrival of Marla and the others gives the narrator a chance, a connection to something outside of Tyler's world.
The narrator realizes he's not killing himself, he's killing Tyler. And then he remembers something about the paraffin, the gunshot. It's a defiant act, but we don't know what happens next.
It's the moment of truth. He chooses to fight back, to reject Tyler's control. The detail about the paraffin gives us a glimmer of hope, but the ending is ambiguous. We're left wondering if he survives, if he can escape Tyler's influence for good.
Wow, that was intense. These first chapters are a wild ride through identity, rebellion, and trying to find meaning in this crazy world.
It's amazing how much Palahniuk packs into these early pages. You see the roots of Tyler's destructive ideas, the narrator's mind fracturing, that mix of violence and dark humor. It's all there.
It makes you think about what creates a Tyler Durden, what pushes someone to that extreme, what makes them vulnerable to those kinds of ideas.
These chapters are so rich, so layered. When you go back and read them again, knowing what you know now, it's even more disturbing and thought-provoking.
It's just the beginning, too. There's so much more to uncover in Fight Club.
This is just a taste of the darkness that's to come.
Well, thanks for bringing this to our attention. It's definitely given us a lot to think about.